When I first opened the box on my Eminent RS50, I took one look at it and said, I wrapped my hand around that plastic body, running my fingernail up the side, glanced at the camouflaging done to the already hard-to-find Eminent switch, took note of the not one, but for some reason 2 charge ports, and set it down so I could hopefully find some explanation in the instructions. That's not the experience one hopes for when you unbox a new light, but let's rewind a bit and I'll explain. This is actually one of the most creative cooling systems I've seen in the industry. It's innovative, removable, rechargeable, and it works. It passively separates the user's hand from direct contact with hot metal and actively cools said metal by using 2 fans to move air across the body and out the sides. The charge ports are separate because one is for the flashlight and the other for the fans. With the cooling shroud removed, the light feels super compact. Inside are 3 21700 cells that were included. The light comes in 2 flavors, the 32,000 lumen MSO8 with XHP 70.2s and the RS50, which comes with Cree's brand new XHP 50.3s. Both of these lights were sent to me by Neil's Gadgets for review. There is a link in the YouTube description for purchase and a coupon code to save you some money. This is my first XHP 50.3 light and I'm impressed with the beam quality. The color blending seems good, and I like that I can get the emitter in a 3 volt. I ran a test on the RS50 to see how much the fan would cool it on turbo mode. You can see here in this center column that without using the fan, the temperature of the light body climbed about 10 degrees for every minute. By 5 minutes, we were at 158 degrees. I repeated the test with the fan in place, and you can see at every stage we were at a cooler temperature. Clear out at the 5-minute mark, we were almost 20 degrees cooler. Using the cooling system did make a substantial difference in the temperature of the light. It did not make a huge difference on the total output. We did get a little bit of an increase, but not quite what I had hoped for. It also didn't affect how long it took for the turbo timer to kick in. In both cases, the output dropped at around the 40-second mark. I did take one measurement of the fan casing at the 5-minute mark, and you can see it's another 30 degrees cooler. 106 degrees is totally comfortable in your hand. Each light came with 2 cables so you can charge the light and the fan at the same time. With the shroud on, the connection to the flashlight is pretty bulletproof. It's decent with the shroud off. The one for the fans really is just as janky as I thought it was when I first opened the box. It's like the magnet is in the wrong place or something. If you're careful though and you set it on there correctly, it will stay, and there is a light to show you if you're connected correctly or not. For our comparison, we're going to do the Lumencraft Thor Pro, Acebeam X50, and then Eminent RS50 and MSO8. You should know that these lights are like $100 cheaper than these lights if you use the coupon code in the description down below. After I completed all my beam shots, I realized something kind of important. Not one time while I was out there did I have to turn on my headlamp so that I could find the switch on these lights. The narrowness here, it's fat here on the fan sides and narrow here, made it easy to quickly index in the dark. And this cavern that's around the switch kind of funneled my thumb into that slot. I thought that maybe we'd start in the daytime so you could see that. You see how out there all the way to that very farthest tree line, how it looks real far? That's because it's real far. Here's me standing right here for another size reference. First up is the Lumencraft Thor Pro. The beam, the spill gets out there to the tree line, but not very well. The laser gets out there easily. Next is Headlamp RS50. Yeah. We're getting out there. Not as good as the laser part of the beam of the Lumencraft, but we could find somebody out there for sure. Now MSO8. And Ace Beam X50. Now from this angle, Lumencraft Thor Pro. Now the Headlamp RS50. For a pop can, that's a pretty good thrower. At this shorter distance, it lights up the shed as well as any, even the laser really. Out further it didn't do as well, but here it's plenty good. Now we'll go to MSO8. Ace Beam X50. Still clearly a bit more power with this guy, but I mean it's $100 more. So MSO8 again. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Good lucks.